Coming up in this episode of Behind the Sound.
Philly5 was born.
Philly5.
Someone's tita after the show asked us, what's your guys' name? I'm going up the stairs. And we turn around. Penising tats.
It's going down, people gather around. Grab a mic, let's rap, it's behind the sound. It's going down, people gather around. Grab a mic, let's rap, it's behind the sound. How do I find the words to say this? How much it hurts to see you cry. And baby, I can't explain it. Don't understand the reasons why. I hope that you and I can make it. Sometimes it seems like I ain't trying. Without you, baby, I'm naked. I'm nothing without you behind. You mean the world to me, I know. There's no other girl for me, I won't leave you to do this on your own. I'll give you my everything and more. If ever your strength should turn to tears, don't turn away, I'll be right here. Baby, I'll catch you if you fall. I'll be your anything and all. Through with the childish stuff, enough of that, I'm done with that. Playing tough and then the times get rough, I'm running back. I know it's true, you know me better than I do. Ain't been myself, but that don't matter, it ain't fair to you. You mean the world to me, I know. There's no other girl for me, I won't leave you to do this on your own. I'll give you my everything and more. If ever your strength should turn to tears, don't turn away, I'll be right here. Baby, I'll catch you if you fall. I'll be your anything at all. I hope that you and I can make it. Sometimes it seems like I ain't trying. Without you, baby, I'm naked. Yeah, I'm nothing without you behind.
With you behind, baby, I'm in front of it. And don't you never mind, damn, you a stunner miss. Baby, take your time with it, we can run it back. And we can have 5 kids for the fun of it. I wanna grow old with you on a porch in a bay. And the result for 2, no fortune or fame. I'ma report the truth, ain't nothing before you. Any day, any place, I'm your anything.
You mean the world to me, I know. There's no other girl for me, I won't leave you to do this on your own. I'll give you my everything and more. If ever your strength should turn to tears, don't turn away, I'll be right here. Baby, I'll catch you if you fall. I'll be your anything at all. I'll be here, yeah. I'll catch you if you fall. Girl, I'll be your anything at all.
Welcome to this episode of Behind the Sound. I am your host, RJ Quee, and as always, I am super pumped about this episode. And this one is a little bit unique because I'm kind of going to step down from the host chair this time. All of my brothers are with me from Philly5 on this very special episode. So we're all going to host this one together over some chicken wings that DJ Quake ordered $150 worth of wings and left us to eat all of this.
I have no problem with that.
So we're really excited to be here because we have a brand new single dropping. It is our first original single. You may have seen the cover that we dropped of Jodeci, Good Love, and this is our first original single that we are dropping together as a group. Philly5 is in the building. What's up, boys?
Yeah.
We just dropped the single. We just recorded it. We just laced it in the booth.
I think it's one of the best songs that we've been able to perform thus far. What do you guys think?
Yeah, totally. It's a great song written by RJ.
Thank you.
Written by RJ. Thanks for sharing this song and letting us sing on it. And it sounds great.
Yeah.
Thank you for singing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for singing it. And to give you some context of this song, it's called Anything. I wrote it, 15 years ago. Had been in a relationship with Rowena, my wife and business partner right now for, maybe 6 or 7 years already. And, 6 or 7 years of anything, you go through times. You go through shit, whether it's a relationship, girlfriend, boyfriend, partner, marriage. You start to go through shit. The honeymoon stuff is over. And I kind of wrote this in that place, kind of hoping that we could find a way through the stuff we were going through. And, somehow we did. We're still here finding our way.
Yeah.
And, but it was one of those songs that like the lyrics just sort of poured out, And I think that's why it resonated with me. And that's why I hope it will resonate with other people, because it was just what I was really feeling in my heart. And when it shuffled in just randomly, we had been hanging out, recording, some of the best times hanging out with my bros. And this song shuffles in. And right away I texted you. I'm like, yo, is this a Philly5 original right here?
Yes.
That's hot. It started like a slow song, right? Slow song comes on and like then the beat drops, right? And it's just like a classic beat from like way back. It just felt like normal to hear this beat. Like it felt real, right? So,
As soon as I heard it, I'm like, we have to do it as an ode to when I started singing in groups was like, mid late 90s. So when I heard that song, I'm like, this is an ode to all of us who are into that, boy band, soulful type of music. So yeah, good job. Like that's classic, and I think it's going to be timeless for our children when they continue on Philly 55, whatever.
Yeah, and it's got that flip in the beat, right? Like it's
that's sick.
what you're talking about. It's like starts as a pop ballad, Britney almost, if you will.
Yeah.
Almost like it's like, is this a soft ass song? Like it's like super ballady, just with that piano lick.
Yeah.
And then,
It drops
halfway through the song, after like a full verse and chorus, the beat drops in and just hits you. And it really is that like 90s, 2000s vibe. I think at the time when I made that beat, I was like, I had saw something on So You Think You Can Dance that flipped into that double time of the beat. I'm like, that would be dope. I'm going to make a beat like that. Went into the basement and kind of, and dropped that. And so, and then of course the music was so old that we had to get it redone. I didn't have any of the project files for it anymore. Shout out to Conch, OK Conch, who did his thing on that. I knew he was the right guy for it. And really, I just basically sent him the original song with my scratch vocal on it. I'm like, modernize this and make this, 2030, baby. Like, let's go. Let's do it. And so he did a good job with that. For those of you who don't know who we are, which is probably all of you other than our immediate friends and family, and we're old now, and so our circles have continued to get smaller and smaller. But I think it's really cool how even just with the first cover that we dropped, people are coming out of the woodworks like, yo, this is like this, people who have maybe not heard from one of us or some of us in a long time and hear this song come out, whether it's like Filipino pride or just like old friends from back in the day. It's like I feel like we've gotten some really good feedback so far, and that's pretty exciting. That's
For
fun.
sure.
Yeah.
I sent Good Love to a couple friends who I used to sing with, and they sent it to their friends who are huge Jodeci fans. Like, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if they're gonna, you know, and they're like, that was so dope. And so I think what we've got going on, and I think just the perfect mix of our group with like the amazing production, RJ. Kuya, you're so good, bro.
Thank you, bro.
The way that you mix.
100%.
And then
So
every,
talented.
like
You
you
guys,
say,
back
every
at you.
person's got like a strength. And I think we're still developing those strengths, I know, as people in our 40s. We're still growing, evolving as
Never
artists.
too late.
100%.
Never too late.
It's like
100%.
a re-emerging, you know, of us as performers, which is, it's amazing. How many people get this gift? We get
right.
to do this.
There's no age on good artist, right?
Yeah,
Artistic ability. So
absolutely.
Especially when you're a vampire.
No, and it's funny, even with that first drop of our song,
Yeah.
a lot of people are, hey, I didn't know you know this person.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Yeah.
it was connecting
dots.
somehow,
yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
it's quite interesting. You know,
Yeah.
people emailing me at work, hey, how did you know this person? How did you?
Yes.
RJ, how did you? Oh man.
Yeah.
When I saw the first episode of Philly 4,
Yeah.
I was so hyped and was so inspired, and like, how do I get in on this? How do I get in on this? So when I saw RJ at Kaleido, I was hosting Kaleido, and he was coming on and performing for Tim, right? And he said, "Hey, I'm trying to think of building Philly 4, Philly 5, what have you." I'm like, I am in.
Yeah. You are ready for it.
Man, this has been the best. It's been so good.
We have to give a little bit of context into how it came to be. Okay, so Philly 4 this is half of Philly 4 right here. The OGs, Chris and Warren. And I knew them in high school, met you guys later, met you very recently, kind of reconnecting now, but we had met maybe a few years back. So these are the original two. And I invited them to come back on the podcast and sort of reboot Philly 4. 3 of them were available. One of them wasn't available or decided not to do it. And so we did that together. And then what I just shared with them was like, same sentiment that you guys saw when you saw it. I was like,
Yeah.
man, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like that was the most fun I've had. This is the song that I'm bumping over and over on repeat. Let's do more of this.
Yeah.
And it was just like, how do we do that? Are you guys game to do it? Warren's coaching like 83 teams, and he's like, "Oh, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it."
Yeah.
And I had to give him a personal call and convince him, like, "Yo, man, let's make this happen. We got to do this."
And thank you for doing that, bro.
I appreciate you, man.
No regrets, no regrets.
And so from there, we kind of, I don't know, somebody continue the story from there. What happened after that pod? We just
Maestro gig, right?
Maestro
Maestro
gig.
gig came
yeah.
up. Yeah.
So that's when
Terrell
when,
Evans first, right?
Yes,
Terrell Edwards. Yeah, shout out to Terrell.
Yeah.
Terrell Edwards.
So that's around the time when So RJ came and brought Philly 4, but made it Philly 5 at the time to get ready for the gig for Terrell Edwards. And in the back of my mind, I was like, and you too were thinking, well, we used to sing in a group, and we still have a group called Kinetic, a cappella. And we're like, well, we got to include Angel. We got to find a way to get Angel. But then I didn't want to step on toes too and be like, yo, RJ.
Like, who the fuck is Angel?
I hadn't met RJ at all. Like I've heard of RJ, all these projects, but I hadn't met him. So I came in to just help, right? I came in to help with the harmonies for a song for that, for Maestro gig, right?
Yeah.
And I said, I can teach you guys my part. And then RJ's like, why are you teaching us? You just got to sing it with us, right?
Yeah.
So then that's where it spun, right?
Yeah.
So
that's how you. So you came to that rehearsal just to like help us work
That's
on
right.
harmonies and vocals and stuff.
That's right.
And Chris is like, I'm just bringing Angel. He's gonna trust me. He's
Yeah.
like, trust me. I'm gonna bring Angel. He's gonna help with the harmonies and blah blah blah. And shout out to Anchit. We got to talk about Anchit. He was here at that time, and it was an interesting transition because he was kind of going through some personal stuff and then decided to step down. The same rehearsal that Angel was there helping with vocals, we're like, well, you should just sing, man. Like, and we had decided to do a song last minute. Thank you. That we wanted to do something upbeat, and everybody sort of agreed on it because you guys had sung it a ton already and already knew the harmonies.
That's right.
Yeah.
And and then you had me singing the lead, you motherfuckers.
You killed it, dude.
fucked that
You
up.
killed it.
You know
I
what?
fucked that up.
Our warm up, like our sound check, that
awesome.
was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome. That's when I knew I was gonna suck in the show.
No.
When sound check is good,
Sound check was good.
It was good.
And people were like, that sounded good. And I think it's because we could hear ourselves.
Yeah,
Yes.
we've never had that
Yeah.
setup before. We've like low setup with like, you know, a DJ with microphones, and we never had monitors before.
We never rehearsed that way.
We never
yeah.
rehearsed that way before. So
Yeah.
it was a good feeling when that came out on rehearsal that it sounded that good, right?
Yeah,
For sure.
We knew we could do it, you
Yeah.
know. And we didn't have that much time to rehearse. We put that together quite quickly
3
as
days,
well.
4 days, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that
I
was
got
a good-
thrown in. Just needed to just like figure out the harmony. I'm like, I'm on stage. I'm like, ooh. So
Just moving lips.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
But we got through it.
Yeah, we got through it.
That was an amazing performance.
It
that
was
show.
fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maestro
so good.
gave us props.
Yeah.
Oh,
When
he's so
when
awesome.
an OG like Maestro gives you props and brings you back on stage
Yeah,
to
man.
end out the concert, we must have done something right.
Yes.
And I guess Philly5 was born.
Philly 5.
And someone's tita after the show asked us, "What's your guys' name?" And we're going up the stairs, and we turn around. Penising tats.
And she's like, oh, okay. That's good.
Finishing thoughts.
Shout out to Ate Jo. Ate Joanne. Yeah.
Oh man.
And
Yeah.
then John's like, so this is my ate from 109.6 radio or whatever, like some world's radio station. I was like, oh shit.
Oh, by the way, I think she wants to have us on the show at some point. So that would be great. That's a good reminder.
Yeah, connect.
I think we'll change the name from Pinising Tats to
Penising tats.
our real name.
Yeah.
yeah.
So Philly5 was born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up now?
What's the plan with this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's
You make the plan.
I
Tell
don't know.
me.
Like,
What's the plan, bro?
What's the plan?
what's the
Kuya?
next step? I don't know. It's just fun to get together and create. You know,
Yeah.
like before this, what were we doing? I don't know what you guys were doing, but I was like wanting to sing because I sang with Chris for like over 20 years, probably. Like, I was sending him old videos of our old performance that sounded like horrible. I sang with John for 15 years or so, and then it's like I miss that stuff, and then all of a sudden this just happened, and it's like good to get together and like make music and harmonize and all the stuff we used to do, right?
I'll never forget Queen Angel and Chris. We had this. I just moved to Edmonton, and I was looking for ways to express myself, and Queen Angel, Queen Chris were like auditioning with Albert and Alan for this Filipino musical that was going to happen. I think it fell through, but they allowed me to come along, and I sang in a group, in high school, and so I think I remember singing some All for One. So I sang that with you guys, and I'm like, man. Telling my Kuya Joa, I got a new group, even though I wasn't officially part of the group.
Yeah.
But being inspired and being like, I'm gonna sing with these guys. I think I'm gonna sing with these guys, hopefully for the rest of my life. That's what I was thinking in my head,
awesome.
right? And then when we stopped kind of singing because of life, kids and work and all that, I'd get these inspiring videos from you, Kuya Angel. You're like, Joe, check this out. And it's dads who sing. You've ever seen these guys?
That harmony.
Oh
Yeah.
man, and be like,
Smooth ass
it's
harmony.
so freaking good. And I'm like, what? There's no reason why we can't be doing this.
Yeah.
Right. And so when you Kuya RJ was like, hey, Philly5, I'm like, okay,
I'm in.
it's now or never.
Yeah.
Right. Like now's the time. Now's the time.
This is something that was definitely missed for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Like we talk about it every other day.
Yeah.
Like, every time I talk to him, it's like, oh man, I miss singing. We should get together and sing. Just to get together and sing.
Yeah.
Not to record anything, just
for
to
fun.
sing.
yeah.
And this came up, and
Now it's a
now
thing.
it's a thing.
Now it's a
now
thing.
it's great. You know, like we get to get together like this and sing songs and make videos.
Well, who else would I want to have all happy at like 4 a.m? Right.
100%.
Paul's like, what were you guys doing? I'm like, well, we were singing, but we also went go-karting. We were also talking about life and our troubles as men and like partners. Like, we were doing like a therapy session. It's
Yeah.
like, you're not going there for therapy? I'm like, yeah, we are.
Sure.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Just guy talk, right?
No.
Dad
And
talk.
yeah,
Husband
I mean-
talk, right?
For me, like obviously, like I don't have an end goal. My goal is to just connect and perform and sing.
Yeah.
'Cause I think that's therapy for the soul, and then have fun doing it, making great music. So
100%. And just that whole night as an example, like starting with go-karts,
yeah,
singing, rehearsing, all happy at 3 a.m, and then just like shooting the shit around in the studio, in our clubhouse, around the table about life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
being real.
Connecting about life on some real shit.
Yeah.
that's right.
And they say, they say that like men should be hanging out with their friends once a week for their mental health. And honestly, before this, I never really hung out with anybody like this in the last few years.
Yeah.
My circle, I don't know if your guys are as small as mine. I don't see anybody.
Yeah.
I see my they're not strangers, they're my friends now, but guys from the gym 4 or 5 times a week,
Yeah.
more regularly than I see any of my close friends.
Yeah.
That I would consider my close friends. And so when this came up and we were forced to sort of, okay, well, we better rehearse so we don't look stupid, and we were forced to have like at least once a week together.
Right.
Yeah.
And like clicking the way that we do too. Like you can't just do this with anybody. You know what I
No.
mean?
No.
There's obviously connection and roots together, and commonalities and values aligning that we can have fun together as a group, because I don't get along with most people. Like I actually don't really like people for the most part. Yeah, I'm being
cut.
real.
We made the cut. Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like it's not just everybody that you can have that
sure.
energy with,
Connection,
right?
yeah.
That's what I'm
right.
saying.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Just our stupid inside jokes.
Yeah, so many.
Right? Don't look at our chats. Don't look at our chats.
John, I'm gonna be real with you. John Jana at one point messaged me, bro, should we restart our chat? Right? Maybe we should delete it and restart our chat right now. I'm like, why?
Oh my gosh.
Just be careful crossing the border, right?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. I just love working with RJ. I like, and whether it's a commercial, like I just have the best time. Like
Ditto.
I think we get in so much trouble with whoever's directing. It's like, can you guys just take it seriously?
You guys are idiots.
But it's so much fun. Like, yeah, and getting together. Yeah. And Warren, it's so great to meet you the last, few months, and your brother from another mother,
Hey, bro. Likewise, dude.
And our families, like our roots, like my family knows you, like my Ate Joy, went to school with you. And it's pretty cool to see the Filipino community roots and how it's growing and evolving. So, yeah. We're so connected in so
Small
many
world,
ways.
small
It's
world.
such a small world, right?
Like Warren, we had a dance performance like 30 years ago,
Oh my
maybe.
gosh.
And this guy didn't know any of the dance moves, and he
OPM,
performed
right?
on stage with us. I didn't
Just
see
like
him
you
for
didn't
many
know
years.
the lyrics, you just performed in the booth.
It was like a Filipino. We were Filipino backup dancers
Yeah.
for like a OPM concert. So the Filipinos were singing Filipino songs. We were backup dancers. He was part of it, but he had to babysit his
Twin brothers.
so he
Yeah.
couldn't make it to rehearsals. Showed up on the actual performance day and did the turns 3 times when it was 1 time. But he survived it. And then I didn't see him for years, and all of a sudden now we're singing together.
It's
right?
amazing, man.
Yeah.
This is like this brotherhood that we created here
crazy.
is just it's amazing.
Yeah.
Being the oldest as the group, well, I want to throw it out there.
The youngest looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The youngest looking.
I'm the youngest, but the oldest looking.
Like a century older.
Right.
No, just you guys are coming in here every time that we do meet, it's amazing. 'Cause you guys, it's so lively, right? So you just keep me young, right, at heart. So
Oh yeah,
you know,
sure.
absolutely. I enjoy you guys.
We're the ones keeping you young, not the blood, not other people's blood.
Right on.
It's not
That's
drinking
awesome,
blood
Warren.
at all.
You know,
Appreciate
no.
that.
I
No.
appreciate you, Warren.
Warren was actually probably a catalyst of all of this because I ran into you the most recently at karate. He's got 2 girls,
Yeah.
and Red, my son, is in the same dojo together.
He's crazy,
and we
man.
just ran into each other randomly, and we were like catching up. And so I'd see him maybe once a week or every other week, depending on who was bringing the kids. And that was kind of and I had already started the pod at the time, and that's what got Philly4 back in my head. I hadn't seen
shit.
Chris in a while, but I probably hung out with Chris either Chris or John the most.
Probably John more than me. Like I'd run into you,
Yeah.
and I think I ran into you at that Karina's backup singing show with Noel.
Yes.
That was the time you said, "Let's do this."
Yes.
And
I forgot
we're gonna
about
do
that. That's right.
That's the time. That was the day. That was the night that this started.
That's right.
There was one other time way before that, but it just never happened. But
Yeah.
that was the night. After that night, you called me and
Yeah.
let's get
Let's
together.
do
Let's
it.
just
We're
do
doing
it.
it.
In our Filipino, go back to our Filipino roots. I think it's in our Filipino roots to express ourselves through art, right?
100%.
Through movement, through music, and so in a way, we're modernizing. We're a part of this modern form of expression through music, and through pop culture, what have you. But I'm so proud that it's a Filipino group. Like that's
too.
something that we have common out.
Me
That's
too.
something you wanted at the beginning, the very beginnings, to have a Filipino group because we did
Yeah, it's
mention
like-
some other members of our old group that weren't Filipino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it probably just wouldn't have been the same.
Yeah.
quite the same. Like
Yeah.
even though they would probably fit well, sing well, but it just wouldn't be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it definitely wouldn't be Philly5,
Definitely
right?
not.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
it would
It
be.
would have to be like Phil
You
Mex.
feel, yeah.
Phil Mex.
Phil Mex, yeah.
White.
Phil Mex Vimis. Phil Mex
Can.
Vimis.
Phil can.
What do they
Phil
call?
Mex
What do they
Vimis.
call Tiger Woods? His ethnicity. I can't
Tie.
remember.
He's tie. Tiger Woods is full tie. Tie black.
Black tie.
Afro tie.
Black
Black tie.
Black tie. There you go.
Black tie affair.
Tiger Woods is black tie.
Yeah, I get that too though. I don't know. It's so weird. It's like it backwards kind of in this day and age. Like even if I use commercials as an example, where in the last 5 years with D&I, you're so mindful with clients of like, oh, we got to have a black guy, we got to have a
Yeah.
Mexican guy,
Diversity.
we got to
Yeah.
have a indigenous person, all of these, and then suddenly there's like no white person, and now it's like you need a token white person in the
Yeah.
commercial, and you're like, oh, do I even put a white person? And it's like,
Yeah.
it's so over the top the other way. It's kind of nice to like fucking just do a Filipino thing.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Like our heritage is so dope, and I'm proud to be Canadian. And here, when people ask me if what I am, I'm Filipino, you know? And then in the Philippines, I say I'm Canadian.
Yeah.
So it's nice to like have this first generation
Yeah.
where we're experiencing the exact same way. You know,
Yes.
we've been born and raised, like grew up in Canada.
Yes.
But we have this Filipino heritage that's still important to us, that we grew up doing maglalatik
Yeah.
and tinikling.
Yeah.
But we're like also with Boys to Men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a real unique thing that is a common thread for us that not too many people in my circles, I don't share that with, you know?
Yeah, for sure. When people ask me like, "Oh, are you in a band?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm in a Filipino boy band."
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that's correct to say, but if that's the genre we're fully going in, but I say that they're like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's crazy."
That's
Maybe
crazy.
maybe singing group would be
singing group.
better.
Better.
Yeah.
Filipino
But boy
singing
band,
group.
it's
Yeah.
You
It's
get
the same
the
thing.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man band.
dad band.
Dad band.
Well, my sister-in-law is like, so at Christmas, like, so you're in a boy band. Awesome. Because like, without me even saying anything, because they just saw.
Yeah,
right? I'm
online
like,
videos.
yeah, I guess I am. Yeah, cool. That's crazy.
I mean, like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
When you do that's crazy on your own comment.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You wrap up your own
You
story
even
with
listen
that's
to yourself.
crazy.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. It's
That's
peace.
crazy.
But like we were that high school, we were all inspired by like, Boys to Men, the boy band, and so
Yeah.
we wanted to sing like that. Learn like how did you guys learn how to harmonize? Like, did you guys all took piano lessons? How'd you know a third
Choir
from
for me.
Right.
Yeah.
So then like
Piano and choir for me.
right. So then like we just looked up the sheet music for In the Still of the Night. And
Yeah.
on the piano, go this is your dun 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 dun, and then a guy would learn that note.
Yeah.
And a guy would learn that note, and then you learn to harmonize that way. And then you were like, oh, we can now try All for One song that just came out, or we could try, Color Me Bad song that came out, because you kind of know how to harmonize now, right? Because now you could learn those other songs, and like now you're a boy band to learn all these songs that just come out, and that was the genre. All those songs came out around that same time, right? So you wanted to learn all those songs, anything that had harmonies, right? So
Yeah.
and we did it in different places. You were in Saskatchewan doing that, right?
Yeah.
And then we heard a cassette tape from Albert's group. I don't know how we got a hold of it, but we would listen to that over and over. Like me, Mike, and then we were like, there's a group in the north side that's doing a cappella. We want to do that too. So we started doing our own group too.
That was Philly 4?
That we heard
you
Philly
heard
4
about?
and also Albert's group.
Oh, okay.
Pinising Tats. No, what are they called?
I can't remember what their group name
No,
was.
that was you.
No, yeah, that was me and Alan and
Reaper Shade of Buttholes?
Albert. No, he had another group with
Dwight.
Dwight, David
this
Damo.
podcast rated?
Yeah, so I can't remember what their group name
Rated
was.
B.
And Alan, I think was in that group
Yes,
too.
yes.
Yeah.
I got a question for Warren and Chris. So you guys are part of the original Philly 4. What did you guys think originally when RJ was like, "Hey, I want to resurrect you guys"?
That's a great
right?
question.
Yeah.
That's a great question. And especially with the morphing of the, because I'm not going to lie, I think about that too. I'm like, I wonder what those guys thought. I never really, I don't know. I never really asked if that was okay, that we even took on that name, or kind of that it morphed into it. We just sort of went with it and did it, and it transitioned from that episode. That's a good question, though.
Right?
I would
You mean
love to.
Because RJ's like our
from the
Luke Perlman.
first from the
RJ's
first
like our Luke
episode
Perlman.
that we did.
Yeah, from the first or to
Except for
To now?
Yeah,
ethical.
yeah.
Well, I always thought it would be a great thing to bring Philly 4 back, regardless of this show or this pod. But I didn't think it would ever happen, just because we were just all so busy. We were just all so busy. I hadn't even seen Warren until that day that he came here for our rehearsal
session,
or
yeah.
for a session.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen him for 30 years.
Wow.
I hadn't even seen him
That's
at
crazy.
all.
That's great.
That's crazy.
I might have run
That's
into.
actually crazy.
It really is.
That
I
crazy.
might have run
no,
into
no,
you
no,
in
yeah,
it's not
the
one of
grocery
those
store or
grocery
something
stores.
like that.
Actually, yeah.
Like
That's
once
actually
in
crazy.
that
Actually
30
crazy.
years.
The word actually.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, like I always thought it was a good idea, and in the end, Ruben didn't end up doing it.
Yeah.
And like I thought,
Right.
he wouldn't. But I mean, Francis was always down.
Yeah, 100%.
Francis was always down to get back together and
1000%.
sing. I was always down. It's just I didn't think it would be a reality, and you brought it together. So it just worked out that way, schedule wise. I guess it just worked out.
Absolutely. And I think I'm glad that you did it, or you got us to be together again. Yeah, like what Chris said, we've never really seen each other than, this much, just because of this, right? So it's amazing. And just to answer your question there, to morphosize it into Philly 5 now, right? I think it's an honor. Just the fact that you're keeping the name Philly, and then even though it's no longer Philly 4, it's an honor just keeping the name there, just original, and then hopefully it won't be Philly 66.
It was. It
Philly 69.
just. It goes to show like how good of a name it was to begin with.
absolutely.
Philly 4.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Represents us.
Like
Yeah.
I mean, it has it's kind of confusing to some people. I think Philly, like, it doesn't make any
Philadelphia,
sense.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
it's,
Philadelphia.
it's either got to be Philly 4, Philly 5, but the next one is 15. Because isn't there?
There's
like,
no
Right.
way.
Yeah, it
Philly
keeps
6
getting
doesn't
bigger.
even make sense.
Yeah, but it's got to
Let's
start
just
with
go
an
to
F.
Philly forever, as you
Or just
said.
Pili Pili.
Yeah.
Pili.
Pili Pili.
Kili Kili.
Kili Kili.
Philly forever.
Kili Kili.
Yeah.
Philly forever.
Well, that means a lot to hear that from
Absolutely,
both you.
absolutely.
I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah. Good
so-
question.
Yeah,
and
it's
I'm,
just-
yeah.
I'm excited what the future will bring too, right? This is something that we're kind of just starting up, obviously. I'm excited to see where this will go.
Yeah.
Especially with this new drop that we're going to be sharing with everybody. So,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
I never in my wildest dreams thought, like, because I was always saying cover songs. Yeah. I never thought oh, I could write a song, and I've written songs, but like to actually perform original music that you wrote, bro,
Absolutely.
that we could
It's
sing.
amazing.
That's amazing. Because that's ours. That's yours. That we can, we can make it ours.
That's ours, man.
You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Like, because I was always saying, oh yeah, just a cappella group. You just cover songs.
Well,
But-
it's like super fulfilling.
Yeah.
Because like someone else has a song, it's already arranged. You're just copying it and doing like the harmonies. But like this guy, super talented, picked up all the harmonies, pretty much taught it. Like I don't know why he needs us anymore. This guy can do it all.
100%.
But like seriously, he
It's not
knew
Philly.
he knew
It's
the
not Philly
harmonies.
one.
Philly one, Philly one.
Billy.
But seriously, he put it together. He brought us in on it. He knew who's gonna sing which parts. He had it in his mind already. So it just like he dreamt it up, and we just put it out, right? So it's
Finishing one.
Finishing one.
yeah, super talented. This guy, like he's on the board over there and just cutting and telling us to do it again. He hears it off because it's super patient. So
Yeah.
It makes it look so easy.
Yeah.
You've
Makes it
put
look
in
so
your
easy, man.
30,000 hours.
I
buddy.
appreciate
I don't
you
know how
guys.
we can
40,000.
repay you.
Bro.
Like
I appreciate you
40,000.
guys. No, this is
4X
like
expert.
you're repaying me in spades with this connection and this community and this vibe that we have together, creating this together. This is how magic happens. It's not just one person. Just because I'm there pushing buttons or regardless of who wrote what, Angel wrote the best lick in anything.
Yeah.
At the very end, he could, how about, I'll be here. And come, like, what?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
that ending that we came up with together creatively in that room, in that moment, is the catchiest part of that whole thing. You know what I mean? And we did that together. And lots of music happens like that with a writer who never performs it or a performer who never writes it. You know what I mean? And like we said in the beginning, each of us has our own strength that we're bringing to this. I'm happy that I have tools that, because of the work stuff that I've done with Planet Sound and the music production and video, that we can just put those things together now and like be creative with it and have fun with it. I wouldn't have it any other way. But man, the tools that everybody brings to this group is unreal. Like the beatbox.
yeah, man.
The cajon. The
The cajon. Need
The
more
cajon.
cajon.
Another inside joke
The
for y'all.
harmonies. Angel came in and was like, yo, Chris is like, trust me, we need him for the harmonies. Boom. He came in, he laid the harmonies. I was like, okay, like, you're in the
100%.
group now. You're not here to just teach us harmonies.
Yeah.
You're performing, by the way.
Yeah.
For Maestro.
Yeah.
Chris's lead is
Yes.
just like, he's on key, and he was on Canadian Idol. Like, this guy's a fucking star.
Yeah.
This guy's a
100%.
fucking star.
I never made it on
Canadian
Canadian Idol.
Oh.
I tried out.
Oh, okay.
I was on Pop Stars.
Pop Stars.
The Pop
Yeah.
Stars. Not like just the promo.
Okay. You're
But yeah, that's
nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but super, super creative as well. Harmonies as well. Lead vocal is just unreal, smooth, silky,
man.
Yeah,
buttery.
agreed.
Anytime you touch the mic, it's just fire. This guy's soprano. I was like, can you go higher, Warren? Higher. Can you do the next harmony too? Higher. And he's getting them, right? Poor
awesome.
guy. We're like throwing him into the fire with harmonies, and he's just there, like sweating his ass off and delivering.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I got
And
good
Yeah.
teachers. I got good teachers.
yeah, like this, and not any one of us does the same thing, Like we each have our own strength, and I think that's why it's complementing each other so well, because we don't need to kind of step on each other's toes. Like nobody's fighting to do the same thing, You know what I mean? And I think it's just a friendship and camaraderie that isn't just in a regular band who just came, hey, we need a bass player, let's find a bass player. We need a guitar player, let's find, like, it's kind of starting from a place of friendship first anyways.
Yeah.
And I think that is what is like making the chemistry work, because that goes way further than just raw talent.
For sure.
You know, just raw talent, but not having that chemistry together is not the
mix.
same thing, right?
For sure.
This is 30 years in the making, man.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
you know?
Because we've
100%.
all put in our time in different ways and different groups.
Yeah. Yeah.
So speaking of time, we all have kids, right? And we all find ways to make this work, right? Like I'm sorry, I can't go any earlier than 8:30.
Yeah.
right?
He puts
It's 'cause my
Brolio to
kids-
bed.
You know, and we all have
I
our
love
roles,
that.
right? And I got a question for y'all. How do your kids react to you when you're performing, or when you're, there's a new video from Philly5? Because I know my kids, and it's the best feeling in the world, right? I don't know about you guys, but like, I even had Amora come to me at Taekwondo on Wednesday. Master R, I heard your song. I was like, what? You heard it?
on the way to Taekwondo. That's
And so my kids, 4 and 7, Lena and Braulio, like, it's like, oh, that's Papa's new group, but that's part of, he's in it. That's his thing. That's one of his things. And I love that they see that as part of my identity, And I feel proud to do that with you guys and with other dads who are holding it down. Like, you all are amazing dads. I got to say that. You guys are amazing. So
too, bro.
it feels
You
good
too.
to be
You
part
too,
around
brother.
this.
You too, bro.
So yeah, I want to hear what you guys think. Yeah. What do you
well, since the Shaw Conference Center video
Yes.
that I did with
SEC.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's that one.
My,
The three of us
you know,
were
my
there.
eldest two, they went crazy every time they saw that video.
Really? Yeah.
That's
oh yeah,
dope.
that was replayed for the whole week.
That's dope.
Straight. And now, with the Philly5 or Philly4 stuff, they enjoy it. They enjoy it a lot. Like they hear, is that you, Daddy?
Yeah.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Yeah, like my kids, when we're on Spotify, like I myself never would have thought, wow, we're on Spotify.
Yeah.
Right? Like YouTube, you put it whatever you want on there.
Yeah.
But they're like, you have a video? You're on Spotify? Like they feel like I'm famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not famous.
Yeah.
But and then like I play Good Love, they know the words.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
sing along with it.
That's
right?
cool.
They probably don't know what it means.
No. No.
But they're singing along with it, right? It's just feels good that they can enjoy the work that we love to do.
Yeah.
And it's not just like, they'll stop and just listen to it. They'll
Yeah.
enjoy it, right? So it's amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, with my kids, I mean, they see it everything. They see the videos that we share, but I don't think they still believe it. You know, it's like, that's not you, Daddy.
Yeah.
That's probably like, I don't know, AI or something. That's not you.
Alter ego.
But they like it. They
Yeah.
love it. The fact that there's another side to me, as opposed to just being the dad.
Yeah.
And
the
coach.
basketball
Yeah.
dad, or whatever the
100%.
case may be. And
Like, we used to do stuff too,
Yeah, exactly.
before we had to feed your ass. Like, we had lots of cool things that we
Absolutely.
did and still can do.
It's
you
not,
know?
and it's not uploaded to YouTube back then. It's like on VHS tape.
Right. That's right,
Right?
that's
And you gotta
right.
dig. You gotta
Yeah,
dig.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh
Nowhere
man,
to be
Bet
found.
I sang at that debut. Somebody's debut. We sang something there.
Even when you see those VHS tests, that's not you.
Yeah.
I can't see your face.
Yeah.
It's so
too blurry.
The tracking is going like
too blurry.
this,
Yeah.
But nowadays,
distorted.
anybody can make something, put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
World famous, right?
Yeah.
But back then it was like someone on a handy cam,
Yeah.
gotta transfer to the tape, right?
Handy cam.
right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So how about you, Arch? How
Yeah.
about your kids?
Yeah, so, I think my kids grew up in the video world, so they've seen this before, and I think for some reason, I don't know what it is, like Philly5 hits different. I will say that they don't like you very much, Angel. because they don't like the name Philly5. They're like, who made it
doesn't ring.
Philly5?
Oh man.
It's because when Philly4 dropped, my Red would go around saying Philly4, 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 Philly4. I don't know why. It just would get stuck in his head.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to say Philly4. He's like, who made it Philly5? But he just says that as a joke.
Yeah.
But the fact that he goes out of his way to say stuff like that, he doesn't really do that often with the stuff that I do because he's so used to seeing it.
Yes.
Like for video content or whether it's client work or now behind the sound stuff, he's been seeing that for a year and a half or so. So he's used to seeing like, okay, my dad raps or, and his friends will ask him about it because some of the songs that I did with Josh on, a Halloween song on the radio or whatever, his teacher and his classmates will be like, your dad's on the radio.
Yeah.
And so he'll come and tell me that stuff. And of course that feels cool. Of course that feels cool. It makes me proud of what I do because my kids are like, that's my life. They're the reason for all of it. I mean, yes, there's a selfish piece to being creative. And I think speaking to your point of like why your kids love it and love seeing you do it is because we love it. I think
100%.
if we love it,
Absolutely.
the people around us will feel that energy and vibe and they will love it too,
Yeah.
And so for me, it's like the end game is this.
Yes.
I honestly, for once in my life, literally don't care if one person heard it. If we just make it together and like we have this time together recording and making videos and we watch them ourselves over and over and over and listen to the songs on repeat.
what we do.
Exactly. Literally what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Not that, but I mean, our last video did pretty good.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Well, I agree. Like even just singing and doing it for us.
Yeah.
And I'm still a sucker for Lena. Did you like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Did you? And she's like, yes, Papa. I'm like, yeah. Right? And Bradley would be like, look, Papa, it's like me. He's on these toy drums. He's like, look. I'm like Philly5. I'm like Philly5.
on,
Like,
go on.
oh,
Papa,
yeah.
let's go.
Yeah.
So we're influencing our children, right?
100%. Yeah.
I was telling them that we should like, if we, for one of our videos, we should bring them in.
Yeah.
And have them like in the video dancing, like representing us, like our younger mini me's.
Totally.
Yeah, right. Something like that, right? Get them
Totally.
involved to see this cool stuff that we do. Because, a lot of the stuff we do as dads is for them or for our families, right?
Yes.
It's nice to have this for
Our
us.
own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's
Anak
like,
ni.
anak ni. And we make it work with their schedules, with everything, with whatever's going on, birthdays, basketball, to get this time just to do our thing that we used to do before kids back again. It's just, amazing, right? So,
Yeah.
Full circle. Yeah.
We're all busy. Everybody's busy, man. There's so much stuff going on.
Yeah.
Especially when you have young kids. There's soccer, there's hockey, there's basketball, there's all of those things. At the end of the day, and high performing people are like that, like it's like you will make time for the things that are important to you. And like there's a podcast I was listening to and they're talking about, you don't see Steve Jobs or Zuckerberg like leaving a text unread or unreplied for 3 days. They move so fast.
Yeah.
High performers move so fast and they make time for the stuff that's important to them. You have to.
Yeah.
And that's what this is, right? Like I think we got a little taste of how much fun we were having and how good we actually could sound and the outcome and the output. Because I honestly, it has to be, for me, from a production standpoint, I've seen so many people come and go.
Yeah.
I've worked with a lot of artists. So many people, because of the work we do, come to me like, hey, I can sing.
Yeah.
I can rap.
Yeah.
1 out of 40 of them can, right? And for me to see this come together the way that it does, at the level that it does, is a real reason for me to be like, man, this is dope.
Yeah.
This is unique.
Yes.
It sounds good. It feels good. It's authentic. We're being nothing but our true selves.
Yeah.
And I think that is what resonates with any audience.
Yes.
When somebody is in their element, doing their thing, in their authentic being.
Yes.
that resonates with people. And it's not going to be for everybody. It doesn't have to be, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right, bro. That's crazy.
That's great.
That's actually crazy.
Crazy.
We should incorporate some of that sweet Kuya Angel Beatrix style choreography, hip hop, right?
Yeah.
For some of it.
That would probably take us a good month.
Man, more than that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We'd have to, especially if we're going once a week. But yeah, that, I have to think about how we perform that single,
Yeah,
right? It's
yeah.
like, there's just so many
I was
things.
wondering how that was gonna turn out. But I guess this is the perfect way because we were in the booth. There's not really much room in there to move, and do choreography and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Instead of doing a music video like we did for Good Love.
Right.
So yeah, it's just little movements here and there, and
Yeah. But do
that
you
was good.
see us being like a choreographed, dancey
Parts.
New Edition, Backstreet type of group?
Yeah.
Or is it a Jodeci?
Sometimes.
Is it a Jodeci type of?
Yeah.
Says the break dancer.
Who tweaked his knee?
Busts his knee,
Who tweaked his
breakdancing.
knee, and one of the B rolls of Good Love there. No, I honestly think we have the skills, right?
oh yeah, we could do it.
Maybe not the stamina.
Probably not like
Just because
for
we can
every
do
every
something.
fast song.
not every
But
song,
I mean-
but like maybe.
We could do it.
Sample.
We'd
doesn't
be
have
out
to-
of breath
Sample.
probably if
It
we
doesn't
couldn't
have-
sing. So it'd be like,
Oh, if
It
we
doesn't
had to
have
do
to
it
be, like,
live,
so
like we would never.
intricate.
We would need like a good year
Yeah.
to
Yeah. And
condition.
And we have to be in
For sure.
shape. I'm
Yeah.
just going to be real with you guys because I will never, I say what I mean and I mean what I say. I will never pull punches with you guys. We're not doing that if it's not fucking tight.
Oh, it's got to be tight.
what it
It's
gotta
got to
tight.
be clean.
But it will be.
It can't be half-assed. Like,
Have you seen Angel's choreography?
like old school. So like,
It's good. It's good. It's good. And I know all of us. We can do it. We can.
That's great.
That's great.
We can and we will. We can and we will.
we all look at each other like,
Oh, yeah.
that's crazy.
We can and we will. Right? It doesn't have to be so intricate and like complex, right? Simple but on beat.
clean.
You know?
Yeah.
Easy to do.
We could do that. Like I mean, like
style.
temptation stuff, or like like
make it easier.
simple background kind of
Yeah.
dancing is fine.
Yeah, cardio day. You skip
But
cardio
no,
day.
we're not
go
doing
to Philly5.
we're not doing Beatrix.
No,
We're not doing
We're
No,
not
no,
doing
no, no, no.
free flow.
Yeah.
There's a lot of experience here.
for sure.
There's a lot of experience. Like John, he's still acting and
Yeah.
speaks in front of people. Dancer, singer, podcast, rapper, everything. Like
Yeah.
there's tons of experience here. So like performing wise, it's just second nature for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Really.
look at New Kids on the Block and like Backstreet in their, they're in their 50s now. Like maybe not back. Yeah. They do.
Yeah.
Like Kevin's at least in his 50s, right? From Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
And they're all performing. They're not doing the same intensity as they used to, but of course they've got, professional choreographers and they're
100%.
training all the time.
Yeah.
It's
That's the
not,
next
it's
level.
not hard that it's not impossible. I'm just saying that it would be too difficult for us. Obviously, we would need to put the time in, and I'm
work our
not
asses
suggesting we need to do it that level.
Yeah.
But we could. There's no reason we couldn't do those moves, right?
Man, I just saw a Backstreet rehearsal for choreo because they're getting ready for their Sphere residency, and they were putting it down.
Yeah,
Nick was putting it down. Like they looked good.
yeah.
They looked tight. They looked in shape. They were really putting it down. So
It's not like they've been out of it for a long time either. Like
No.
they've
Yeah.
continued to do.
they've been playing
this
yeah.
whole time, so it's
Yeah.
kind of like muscle memory.
Muscle
for them.
memory,
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's also not like any of them have really let go.
No.
Like they're not huge and like they're all still.
They're not Bobby Brown. Huh? They're not Bobby Brown.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Or all, who's that? Color Me Bad.
Oh, yeah, the guy from Color Me Bad is pretty big, too.
unrecognizable.
Yeah, big change.
And then the sad part is the voice went with it too, you know? Like the one thing to let go, but if you can still sing,
Yeah.
that that's
Makes
that.
up for it.
Yeah. But his voice is gone, and he had the dopest voice.
You knew who that was when he was singing.
100%, 100%. And then poor Brian too. Whatever thing he's got
Yeah.
going on with his voice.
Yeah.
One of the nicest voices in that group, the last addition to that group, and they say themselves he kind of like saved the group with his vocals and was and now
Something's gone. Yeah.
like he's got that he can't even sing at all, and he gets the
What did they say it was? Like psychological, or is it a combination of physical as well as psychological?
I haven't even heard. I
Or
don't know.
over
not
over
sure.
singing.
I'm not
over the
sure.
years? Yeah. I saw that in that documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Nick was like, "What about you, huh, Brian? We gonna talk about your voice?
Yeah.
We gonna talk about how he seems
Yeah,
like
I'm
a
not
little
scared
bit
of you anymore.
Yeah.
He said, oh, you were scared of me?
I'm not scared of you anymore, Brian." He seems like such a little brat sometimes.
Yeah.
but-
Who's that, Nick?
Nick.
Nick,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Nick Carter. Well,
That's crazy.
it's been good. It's been good.
Yeah.
More than good, brother. More
It's
than
been
good.
incredible.
Oh, it's such a good blessing.
Couple of months, right?
More
Only
to
a couple of
come.
months, Yeah.
More to come.
More to come.
Anything, our first original single
Anything.
out. We don't even have a release date as we film this right now, but I'm sure it'll be somewhere in the post that anything will be available or is streaming right now.
Yes.
And I'm proud to rock this one with you guys.
Tell you.
I
Pumped.
appreciate each of you, and I think this is an incredible one that
And
we
there
had
will
put
be
together.
more to come.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Well, I mean, the follow-up single ain't no fucking slouch either.
Yeah, that's
man.
true.
Yeah.
That's
We got
true.
another banger
Lined
coming
up.
your way.
Lined up.
Lined
Yeah.
up.
Original. Another
Yeah.
original.
And we do have a new MPC beat machine in the building.
Oh,
so there's
snap.
going to be a lot more original stuff coming. And I'm loving that we went this way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. It's one thing to sing covers, but it's another thing to put out your own stuff.
Yeah.
I'm so inspired by it. I really am. I think this is our music. So sweet.
It's cool to say that, eh?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. And I'm proud of it. I really am.
Philly5.
Oh.
It's good. Booyaka.
Circle jerk.
This has
Peace.
been an episode of Behind the Sound. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, like, subscribe, follow, all of that good stuff. We are Philly5 in the building. Anything is out right now. Make sure you peep the single.
Listen to
Thank
it.
you.
Peace.
Yeah.
Maraming
Peace.
salamat po.
Enjoy.
Thank you, Kuya. Thank you.
Oh, shit. That's crazy. Oh, credits Arch.